One thing I wanted to go over a little bit is about how I do my decals that I put on my cups. I get asked a lot about what I'm putting on the cup or how I cut the S's for my wine glasses and the actual decals. And they are vinyl. I cut them on my Silhouette Cameo. And so I'm just going to show you a little bit about how I do that. This is Silhouette Studio. It's the business edition. And I design all of this through here. So you can add text or pictures or whatever you want. And for this specific order, they wanted this ribbons on either side. And this is just the design in Studio, and I'm gonna choose these vinyls to actually print it out on when I do my actual cuts. So they wanted this design on one side and then the name on the other side, which is the Murph. So just to let you know, I'm gonna cut first the ribbon, the pink ribbon and the purple ribbon, and then the Murph. So just to kind of go over here and show you what I'm doing, this is my Silhouette Cameo, and I have placed my vinyls on here in the same order that I want them to cut and how I have it designed in my Silhouette Design Studio. So right now I have it all set up. I have it fed into my actual studio, and you just hit load. The button up here is load. So I have it loaded in there, and then on here you go to send, and then you can highlight what you want to cut. And as you can see, I have just the ribbons and the name set to cut, and this is what you choose. And then I just click send, and when I do that, it will start cutting on the actual vinyl. You can see it's done the light pink one, and it's moved on to the dark purple. And now it's moving on the name. More intricate, detailed cuts will take longer, obviously, so it does take a little bit of time to work on your decals. Okay, so now it's done. So I'm just going to click the unload button, and it drops them. And so now you can see my name that we did, Murph, and then the two ribbons, which is hard to tell, but you can see that they're cut out. So then in order to finish these, you weed off the excess vinyl, and then you have your cut. And I do this for each of my decals that I create. And I grabbed that one, so it works a lot better if you have two hands. So there are those two, and then this one, if I can pull it off of here. This is a sticky mat that I use to cut on, so it's kind of tacky. And I probably should have stuck this in a tripod, so I'm sorry I didn't think about that. But basically I will just weed that, and then you take transfer tape, which is, I use this, it's called Transfer Right, and you just cut it out and then you stick it on top of here, and then you transfer it over to the cup, which this is the cup that I'm working on, so I will transfer it onto the cup in the pattern when I get all of those other pieces as well printed out. Okay, so this is the Murph that I just printed, and so I'm just gonna pull the excess, which is called weeding. You pull the excess off, and sometimes you will get pieces that don't quite stick right or whatever, and you can just press those back down and then weed out anything extra that's in there. Which all these little pieces, you don't want those to end up on your actual project. So you want to make sure you weed out any of those. And then that's what you're left with. And so just to show you the transfer side of things, I just cut a piece of transfer tape and then I pull off this, and then I stick this on here. And you just want to press it down really well. And I also have a little squeegee that I'm not finding at the moment. But if I have the little squeegee, and I just run it on here as well too, just to make sure that you're getting that really good adhesion on there so that it'll pull off when you apply it. And then I just trim it down to make it easier to work with. And this is the Murph. So I just used that and I stuck it on there. And so again, you're just gonna make sure you're getting that stuck really well on there. So that when you pull that transfer tape up, it pulls find my thing and I can't find it. And you're just wanting so that when you actually lift it, that comes with it. So just make sure that happens. And then again, you don't have to cut these down. I just do it because I don't like that extra hanging over. But as soon as you lift it off, it's not going to be a big deal. So you're gonna, if you use it right away, then there's really no point in doing that. I do it so I don't lay it down on my table and it sticks to something else that it shouldn't be sticking to. All right, so this is the last one. And again, this is stuck to the backing, which does kind of help you weed because it'll hold it in place for you. But then when you go to apply your transfer tape, just take it off. And there you go. Okay, so the next piece is black, so I'm gonna apply this black to my mat, and then I will load it in here. Line it up, click load cut mat, and it's ready to go. Okay, so in order to cut the next piece, we click on that, no cut, no cut, no cut, and we want to cut all these pieces in the middle. Cut. And so now you can see that they're selected in red so that they are going to cut. And we already have it loaded, so we're going to click send. And then now it's cutting. it's done. And as you can see, hope, pray, love. And now I will read it. And I found a squeegee. It's just this. It came with my Silhouette. And I just put my transfer tape on here. So then I lay it down and I just run my squeegee over it. And that ensures that it's going to be stuck down there really well. And I also flip it over and do it on the back side as well. And I will do that with each of my pieces, just to make sure. Alright, so those are all the pieces for my cup now. So now I just am going to prep it and just sand it just a little bit to make sure that the areas that I'm going to apply it in are smooth. And then I will go ahead and apply. I've washed my cup and sanded it. And now I'm just going to clean off with some acetone. And I use a coffee filter. Okay. And I just hit you, so sorry. I'm going to put the name on now. And I line it up. And I just press it really good. And then I pull it. And I cut my nails off, so I cannot pull this. And I just pull up. So there's the name. And then what I like to do is to just cut a little piece of my transfer tape. And I stick it inside the cup at the center. So that when I go to the other side, that I know where I should center this. So it is like this, because this is the center. So I put that down. And then these two are going to go on first. So I'm going to line up how far apart I need them to be able to work. So I just want them to be slightly over that. So I'm looking at the light behind it. So about like that. And I'm gonna stop filming real quick so I can get that lined up and then I'll show you. Okay, so what I've done is spaced these out where I want them, and then I put a transfer tape on top of my other two transfer tapes so that I can make sure when I actually place them that they're going to be where I want them. So if you have not done that before, another thing that I've done is you can, which I've showed on one of mine, is you can actually make a cut so that they'll line up. But I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of vinyl, so I'm doing it this way this time. You just want to make sure that you peel the transfer tape. Alright, so now I have my two pieces and how I want them spaced. At my example real quick and just make sure that I'm even on the back. Okay. And just press them down really good, so that when you remove your transfer tape that they will stay. So that is that. And now our final step is to put this on. This one does have a lot of intricate parts to it, so I'm going to go really slow as I pull it up. Just making sure that all of those pieces get stuck onto the transfer tape. And then because those are really small pieces, just make sure when you pull your transfer tape, you also pull real gently so that you don't pull anything back up. And there it is. Hey guys, just a quick shout out in this video. This cup was actually really special to make, and the reason is because the customer, who was Mandie Brickler, she made this for her friend, and the friend is Erin Murphy and her name is Murph. And I just want to give a shout out and a way to go to you for fighting breast cancer and overcoming it. And my thoughts and prayers are with you as you suffered the loss of your father. So just a quick thank you for letting me be a part of such a special cup. And I just will always think about this cup, and I hope you have the best of luck in the future. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Drop me a comment if you have any questions.